Well, I'm smiling, but I really don't feel like it. This is the video for the 8th of November, and it's entitled U.S. Election Day. As I've said in previous videos, I will not participate in U.S. incorporated elections, which has been my decision since 2008 when I voted for Ron Paul. To me, Hillary, along with Bill, are unrepentant criminals who have had many people murdered as well as being pedophiles. They both belong in jail, not the White House. Trump also has skeletons in his closet, according to the Hillary camp. I'm not sure if any of those are true or not. However, he has played the game and came from a family with rightly questioned principles. Nevertheless, the election is still taking place in a corporate setting, which constitutionally makes it unlawful. Remember, corporations are legal fictions. They have no lawful basis whatsoever. Until the original 13th Amendment is restored, elections are meaningless. They are fraud committed on the public worldwide. In addition, many advisors in the corporate government have dual citizenship, which is also unlawful. They, along with non-citizens, should not be allowed to vote or hold office. Indeed, as I said at the very beginning, I'm not having my best day. I feel very drained and quite a bit distraught. Although when I check my blood pressure periodically, and it wasn't terrible today, which is a good thing. I would think it would be the opposite. I mean, I've had some times when it was higher than I would have liked, and it's still high on the one side, but the lower number is still in the 80s and in the normal range. So only the higher number is a little bit on the high side, 140 something, as I recall, 147, I think. Anyway, be that as it may, we are having an election tomorrow, to me, falsely so-called. Again, I base my understanding on what is lawful according to the original documents in the United States Constitution, and I'm not talking about the corporate Constitution that was slightly modified to look similar but yet not be the same thing. I still believe that I have human rights, and I believe those rights were guaranteed under the original Constitution. They are not guaranteed under the corporate Constitution. The corporate Constitution is simply fraud, and the entire governmental system, not simply in the United States, but around the world, wherever the corporation is in control of any government, it is a legal fiction, it is fraud, and any attempt to turn human beings into corporations is also fraud. And that's how the world's financial system has been operating all of our lives. Thank God, people are waking up. But an election in the corporate structure is not going to make any significant changes. I still support NESARA and GESARA. I still support the restoration of the original constitutional government in the United States and around the world. The only changes I would make in the original Constitution is it's not all men are created equal, all humans are created equal, and it has nothing to do with race or gender. In any case, that's not the way the world has been operating. It has been operated by a criminal conspiracy at a spiritual and a human level. And this is an anomaly that, in my estimation, should never have been allowed from day one. And why any loving God would have allowed it still begs my question. Why? Why would you allow criminals, demons, to run any world, anywhere? That's a question I ask of God, because only God, or only the original creator, can answer it. And when I talk about the original creator, I'm not meaning the intermediaries that might have interfered and messed with the genome and the DNA of humans and created a race of human beings from supposedly from apes. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I've never believed that that's true, but some people still put that forth. And the truth of the matter is, there's so much disinformation, so many lies that have prevailed for so long, that knowing the truth becomes a tremendous challenge. And something, someone, somehow needs to set the record straight. It needs to go beyond elections. It needs to be, it's not election that is important, it is revelation that is important. We need the revelation of truth. I watched a video, started it yesterday and finished it today. It's over 2 hours long, that indicated that there were people from England that actually came to the United States early on in the Christian millennium, the first millennium, under King Arthur and stuff like that. Very interesting. But nevertheless, things have become extremely corrupted, and we need to take back human rights. We need to take back the right to have legitimate, honest, truthful government, until such time as we have evolved enough and awakened enough to not need government at all, that we simply live in peace with one another, and that we encourage and help one another to succeed and not fail. But no superior class, just people who are able to pursue their own destiny, to pursue their own interests, to pursue I keep saying their, but what I mean is our interests. We have a right to follow our own heart and set our own course, so long as I keep saying, excuse me, it doesn't infringe on the rights of others. We have that as a human right. And until that is restored, frankly, I don't have a meaningful life. I can create videos and I can talk about what I've had as a vision since I was a youth, and throughout my entire life since my youth. Nevertheless, I am still faced with the imposition of power mongers and demonic elements that totally abhor and override human rights. And it's an anomaly that is extremely atrocious. And folks, if we can't overcome it, I hope not only the world is destroyed again, I hope life is wiped out, because life doesn't need to exist in a universe that allows criminality to be not only existing, but rampant and in control. This is the anomaly, and elections have nothing to do with it. It's about revelation, not about election. Thank you for listening to this video, and I'm not going to argue with my son or with anybody else that makes comments. My son makes comments, and people make comments based on a blurb without even listening to the video. And I'm just going to ignore such things. Thank you for listening, and namaste.